Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. Going with a rear facing camera today, so I don't know how it's going to turn out. I watched Andy's video and it looked really good, and then I watched one of mine. It still looked good, but I think I actually preferred the rear facing camera quality, so I'm giving it a go. I can see round the back. If I look round here, I can still sort of see myself a little bit, and hopefully whenever I'm putting things up like what I'm using today, it should autofocus. That's my hope anyway. So, that being said, you've just seen what I'm using. I'm going to be using the head blade. This is the third use of it, and I mean it's a great little tool, well designed, and I think it works great. I cannot shoot it down in any way really. I was really impressed when I first used it, and I get a really easy BBS shave with it, with no effort whatsoever. And yes, it's a cart, and the worst thing about carts is cost, so they're not cheap, but it does a good job, and that is, at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. And if you can afford to do it, go for it. I'm still on this one cartridge. I haven't bought any more yet because unfortunately I don't have the money to buy any just now, so I'm just going to use this till it dies, and then I'll move back to my DEs, and then whenever I can grab some I will grab them. They are a good price online at the moment on one of the Australian stores, so we'll see how we go. So let's get the head wet. Now this is in response to one of the guys that follows my channel. I can't remember your name, I'm sorry, but he asked how this thing fares with 7 days growth or a week's growth. He shaves once a week roughly normally, so I think it's going to fail miserably. So I have my Rockwell 6C on standby, and do you know what, I just want to pop this Rockwell 6C up here just to see if I can get an actual, just for my purposes as well, whether it actually looks better with the zoomed in view and the rear facing camera focusing it. The only worry I've got is if I run out of data and I don't hear the beep or I don't see it, I won't know that it's actually stopped. Do you know something? I'm looking in the middle of my phone here for some reason. The camera lens is right there. So, that being said, head slick, great stuff, really slick. It's not, do you know what, I'm just going to give it a bit of a quick shake. You don't need a lot of it. It's got a little bit goes a long way with this stuff. You can lather it with a brush, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to use it like this because it's quick, it's easy. But as you can see, it definitely, see, I've probably actually put too much on there, but I've got good coverage and it is slick. It's really slick. So this video I'm doing now will actually be recording in 4K. I think the iPhone 7, from memory, I think it does 4K at 30 frames per second, I'm not sure. I know the new one does 4K at 60 frames per second. I think it is half that frame rate, but still the camera quality on the iPhones is excellent in my opinion. And the latest one, I have actually had a hold of it and used the camera, and I think it's superb. So it's very tempting to go and grab it, but I'm going to keep this one for another year, pass it to my wife, and then pass my wife's to my daughter, and upgrade. Probably that's how we'll go. So here we go. I'm just going to dip it in the water, and I'm going to go with the grain just to see how it goes. Well, it's cleaned out really well, and it has actually taken down that the growth down pretty good. I'm quite surprised. I'm going to have to get used to this camera because I'm that used to looking. The camera's so far over this way now, so you just have to bear with me. I'll do the best I can. Well, I have to say, so far it's surprising me. It really is surprising me. I thought it would clog up a lot. I mean, there's a little bit here. I might be able to get it to sort of show. There is a little bit here and there, but it's not actually clogging it up. So, as you can see, I will show you, I know it looks gross, but there's 7 days growth on there now. I'm just going to give it a quick flick in the water, and you know, I'm pretty impressed with that for a cartridge. There's a little bit there, but I think the head slick helps as well. does feel very, very smooth, even though it's chomping through a heavy, heavy growth. Now this will deplete the blade a lot faster than 2-day growths and 1-day growths, but let's just see how it does. Yeah, it's cleaning out excellent, really surprised. Now with these side bits here, the sideburns, I just hold the razor like so and just pull it down. I just realised I've done this side with my right hand as well, but I am trying to become more ambidextrous with this one because it is very, very, very easy razor to use. There's no real learning curve with it. For me, it's a very safe razor as well. And same again here. I'm not going to use my left hand because I'm useless with my left hand doing this sort of stuff. Right, get it onto the old left hand now. That's clogged up a little bit now. Let me just have a little look. The one thing you want to make sure of is that you've got hot water, because the hot water will allow the head slick to really sort of melt it off the razor itself. It is clogging up a little bit now. I think I'm probably pulling too many strokes. You see, this is the bit that annoys me with cartridges, so if it does start clogging up, they really clog up. See if rinsing it makes a difference. It has made a difference straight away. Right, back onto this side. So I'm just going to try and just concentrate in one little area rather than moving around so quickly. But I have to say I've used a lot of razors now, a lot of DEs, a lot of cartridges in my time, different brands, because cartridges, as you guys know, are expensive, and generally the way I used to work is I bought whatever was on special at the time if I ran out of cartridges. So if it meant buying a completely different razor because it was cheaper, that was the way it worked, that was the way I had to do it. I couldn't afford to just buy packs of Gillette blades just because they were the best. Well, that's a first pass done, and I'm extremely impressed. You guys that have used cartridge razors before and are now using DE razors for your head, I love my DEs. I'll never change them, I'll never take them away, I'll always use them for head shaves. But this thing here is a cartridge. They're not cheap, I find them. They're quite expensive, I think, but there is a lot of tech has went into making this. A lot of time and effort, a lot of research, and look, it works amazingly well. I mean, that's taken the brunt of it away. If anything, it's done a better job with the grain there than my DEs do. And as you can see, just with rinsing it, it's pretty clear. Really, really impressed. So I'm just going to grab just a tiny little bit of slick now, just a tiny bit. Not much there. I keep forgetting where the camera is. Rub that in. Just dip my fingers in the water. Now I haven't lathered this soap yet. I might actually use it for a face shave today, just for something a bit different. It has got menthol in it, it's warm here today. I can feel the cooling sensation, really nice. So, here we go, against the grain. Now this is a 4-blade cartridge. came with the Moto. So this is the Headblade Moto, the latest model. It was kindly sent to me from Todd Green, who is the CEO, founder, owner, inventor of Headblade. Now, I've never seen a photograph of Todd, but I can only imagine he's a bald guy, because I think you would have to be in order to understand how this works. But this is all about quick, efficient, smooth. Right, let's just change over to the old lefty. And as you can see, I am by no means ambidextrous. I am with my feet. I'm 2-footed for football, soccer. But when it comes to shaving, I'm definitely not ambidextrous. But I can use this razor in my left hand and it feels as good as it does in my right. Just going to move a bit of that cream down there. So the main thing to look at this razor really is try and keep the ball, this little ball here that spins around, try and keep it in contact with your skin at the same time as the blades, and it seems to find the angle perfectly. It's an amazing piece of tech, it really is. And in a world where traditional shaving is making a huge comeback, or it has made a huge comeback in my opinion, I'm starting to see a lot of DE razors and this sort of tech coming out of into new magazines and adverts for them now in places that I'd never really noticed before. And it is different now because I'm looking for them as well, and when I see it, it stands out to me. I'll tell you what stands out with this razor for me: the amount of times I go over the same areas with it and I don't get irritation. Like, literally none. It is amazing for that, for a cartridge. I've read a few reviews online of people saying that they're rubbish and they cut themselves, and I really don't know how you cut yourself with this thing. I mean, I know one of my good friends, Sean Kent, cut himself quite bad apparently with it. But for the best part, I think he had a good shave. I think he actually got a good shave from it. It just took a chunk of skin with him for some reason. I don't know whether he had a dodgy blade, I really don't. But I mean, that's nearly full BBS. I know it took longer because I had that heavy growth to begin with. Now all I do is add a little bit of water because there's a lot of slickness still on my head. Don't need any more of the head slick. And now this is just all about just pickups really, which there aren't much of. In fact, there's hardly any. So the only one I always have to get is just across the grain here. My hair actually grows from there, across that way there. Now, I'm sorry DE fans and SC fans, but there's no way, I'm telling you right now, because I've been shaving my head for long enough with really efficient, aggressive DE razors, I cannot get a shave as close as this with a DE. can't do it. I can get close enough, I don't feel any hair, but it's never as close as this. There's always the odd little bit that I miss. It's never in the same ballpark as what I miss with the DE. I'm in two minds whether I'm going to do a head shave, a face shave today. I think I probably will. My daughter's had a wonderful week at dancing so far. She's won a few first places and she just blows her mind. She's in the process at the moment of just waiting to hear back from an audition that she had for a full-time dance school. 12 years old, full-time dancing. I wish I had the opportunity when I was a kid to do that in soccer. But I've now got the opportunity to give my kids that chance to become great. Oh. That is just super close, super smooth, just incredible. A phenomenal razor. This stuff as well, yes, it's bottled goop, but the lather's great as well from what I get, and I'm going to use it in my face shave today just to show how good the lather is and how slick it is. Feels great. It's got a lovely kick of menthol. It's not strong menthol, but there's enough there that you just feel it on your skin. It's safe. It's got great ingredients in it. I had a look through it. Some of this stuff I don't know what it is, but from speaking with Todd, everything in here is pretty much good for you and safe for you, and it's paraben free, and you can use it anywhere you shave, including your balls apparently. So brilliant. Feels moisturised. Feels great. The razor, as you can see, isn't clogged up at all. So I'm just really impressed. Really impressed. Right, to finish off, I'm going to be using Head Lube Glossy. Let's see how this works. I'm looking forward to this. I picked this up on special in my local shaver shop. I'm going to put a lot on because head blade stuff seems to go a long way. It's actually got a nice scent. It is unscented, but obviously the scent of the products that's in it, the stuff that make it up, it's really nice, and that's instantly absorbed. So it just feels moisturised. I don't feel sticky or horrible sort of oily feeling that you can get sometimes. None of that at all. Just dry that off my hands and we'll have a feel. Oh, just phenomenal. You can't, in my opinion, my personal opinion, I've been head shaving for long enough now, that is one of the best head shaving tools that you can add to your den. It really is. I can't praise it enough. Now, that being said, these two items were sent to me for free. So there's always going to be people out there that are apprehensive with my reviews. You know, if you're in Australia and you buy that and you don't like it, give me a shout, I'll buy it off you. If you don't like it, I'll give you my money. That's how good I think that is. Rather than you wasting your money, if you buy it and you don't like it, I'll buy it off you. So there you go. I would do it with the rest of the world, but obviously I need to pay shipping, and the shipping's quite expensive. But if you're in Australia and you buy this and you don't like it and you think it's shit, I'll buy it off you. Send me an email, anothercutabove@gmail.com, and I'll buy it. I stand by that product. It's really an excellent tool. But anyway, other than that, guys, thanks very much for tuning in. I'm going to looking forward now to my face shave. I am going to be using this in my face shave. So let's see how we go with that. Stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Cheers.